What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Popcorn Chicken. I'm back in the studio.
What?
It's amazing. Good to be here. Gonna have a good show.
Oh yeah, he's here.
Yeah, it's not a hologram.
Just checking.
Okay.
It's not AI generated.
Not yet.
Not yet. Eventually we will be.
Yeah.
Well, we got a good show. Welcome to our show. We have Monarch to talk about. We've got Rick and Morty, and then we've got our 80's movie. It's a Christmas movie, isn't it? Everyone
It
argues
absolutely is. No. It's not
we'll
an
talk about
argument.
that. We'll talk
that.
about
Okay,
that.
we'll get into that. It's a Christmas movie, in my opinion. I think you guys will agree.
We'll see.
Die
We'll see.
Hard.
Oh,
We'll see.
Oh, okay. Shots already been fired across the towel.
all right.
We'll get into Monarch first
You're
because
one of those people.
Smart people, yes.
there we go. We're gonna get into Monarch first because it's an interesting show. Very interesting show. All right, where do we want to begin? We want to begin with the title.
Yes. What is the title?
It is
Parallels.
Parallels and Interiors.
Interiors.
Are they gonna design some walls or something? Like
Yeah, they're gonna work on the wainscoting.
But yeah, we got
Yeah.
that going.
So it's kind of okay. So what happens here? It kind of starts with sort of the character we've never seen before. This Agent Barnes. She's in Utah, sitting there sunning herself, listening to some Baby Got Back.
Yep.
And she starts to hear a weird noise. And she goes into her trailer, and there's some sort of machine she finds that shows there's gamma rays coming. And last time this happened was when one of the attacks happened. So, and then we get back to our main story. They're still in. This picks up right at the end of the last episode, and they're still running away from this this frozen monster, Frozark or whatever it's called, I think. And they get away. There's Cujo, sure. They get away from it. They hide in like a ice cavern, and this is where the girl May, she like falls into the water, so she's worried about hypothermia.
okay, so
all
that
this
part
stuff
really
goes through.
annoyed me. She's getting mad at them because she fell in the water.
Yes.
It's not like they threw her in the water.
Yeah, how
No, it's
dare
totally
you
her
invent
fault.
ice?
Like,
You're right.
she starts freaking out on them and started yelling. I was just like, relax. They didn't throw you in the water. They're all in the. They don't want to get eaten either, right?
Yeah.
You're worried about your feet. You should be worried about everybody and yourself being eaten by this massive monster or being frozen by this massive monster.
Yeah, there's a few things in this episode. It's like
and then no respect for the guy who died.
yeah,
Frozen.
the pilot.
I thought that
Right.
was a little weird. That
Yeah.
nobody cared except for Kurt Russell cared.
Yeah, I also found it weird when they got to a certain point and that guy Kentera says, "Oh, there's something over there. I want to go this way." And they're like, "No, we're going this way." I'm like, "Hey, that's the smart thing to do. Let's
Why
split
would you
up
separate? Yeah,
in the middle of Alaska."
we're gonna cover more ground. What? Did you not see the scale of the place you're
Yeah,
in?
I mean,
It
yeah.
will take you literally weeks to cover ground.
they're like climbing mountains, and they would decide to split up. So, and the whole so then they get into this sort of backstory. So there's some things that I liked about this episode, but I find that there was more that I disliked. This is probably my least liked episode so
Mhm.
far.
I kind of agree with you.
The backstory of how Kentera and May meet. Do we really need this? You know, like and I know you don't like her. I know you didn't really like him, and I don't mind them as characters, but I'm just trying to think like, first of all, why do we need this story? What is there? Is there something like they're gonna lead to? But the two of them meeting and starting to date, like we've talked about this before, is that the story back in the 50s is the better story, and if there's some sort of love triangle or something going on there, that's what I want. And obviously the biggest spoiler of this episode is there's no 1950s story at all. They don't jump
very
back
disappointing
at all.
Very disappointing.
Yeah, so I was disappointed with that. I did like the fact that this was the first episode where a monster stuck around. It wasn't like he just popped up in the last 5
it wasn't
minutes.
like a jump scare.
And it wasn't just like, oh, here's the last 5 minutes, here's a monster. At least
Yeah.
we got to see this ice monster a little bit more, froze monster, so I kind of liked that. But other than that, I don't know. There wasn't much else.
This
liked
show
about it.
needs more monsters.
Yes, it's gotten to the point.
Yeah.
For sure.
We don't need more humans. We need more monsters. Give me backstories on monsters, not backstories on people dating. I'm not here for that.
Make a love triangle about monsters dating.
Yeah, I want to see Mothra and
Oh, God. I thought we were waiting for the Rick and Morty episode later.
I want to see a sitcom like The Odd Couple where Godzilla and King Kong have to live together. And
and they're
the
trying
divorce
to all
and
day
Predator
Mothra.
comes in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's becoming a bummer that we're getting more human interaction in this show rather than more about the like. I don't mind humans so long as they're talking about the monsters,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like obviously we need them to narrate stuff, but
Mhm.
And like in the beginning, it was interesting of like the one
the dynamics
scientist-
of it all, right?
Yeah, where it's like, oh, he's got a double life and blah blah blah. And then
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, this has nothing to do with monsters. I don't care anymore. And it's this episode took a hard fall off of like I probably
That clip that you saw on the mountain, that's just where the show was going over.
what not for quality. Like it's still
yeah.
it's
No,
still
writing,
really
it's writing.
good.
It's writing.
It yeah, like the quality's there, the intrigue is there. It's just like if we weren't talking about this on this show because of this episode, I probably would just stop watching
Yeah.
because I'm just like, oh, okay, this is no longer something I care about.
Harsha says, I mean, there's a good way to do a slow build
Yeah.
show, but story has to be almost done. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can keep it slow, but keep me interested.
Well, that's
And the first
yeah, yeah.
episode did that. It was slow,
Yeah.
but it perked our interest. Like, okay, what's going on with that guy, and
Mhm.
why is there a future and a past?
Yeah.
There's
They-
curiosity being stroked there, but all of
Yeah.
a sudden, all that just seems to go away in this episode.
Mhm.
We sort of need to get, now that we're at almost halfway through the season, that we need to get back to that sort of intrigue. There needs to
Yeah.
be some other thing to intrigue us, and there needs to be, we're getting to the point, and I argued this at the beginning, like I don't need to see monsters fight, but now I need to see monsters
Yeah,
fight.
it's like halfway through the season. It's
You need to-
called.
Yeah, when you said that, no, we
Godzilla.
need monsters to fight.
Yeah. By this time I thought there would be, like we showed Godzilla in a flashback once, and then the last episode with the atomic bomb. But
Let's be honest. Let's say they came out and said this is like before the show aired, the director or producer came out and said,
Showrunners, yeah.
yeah, Showrunner said this is not going to have any monsters in it. This is just going to be up the human side of the story. No one's watching this.
no.
Well,
Are you gonna seriously gonna watch this?
if it was a good director, good cast, good writer,
No,
and
no,
everything,
forget the if. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying,
no.
like
I'm saying-
simplistically, they're gonna say this has no monsters in it. It's just gonna be humans talking about Godzilla.
well, the fact that there's 2 goddamn Godzilla movies out right now
Yeah.
or coming
Well,
out.
one is
yeah.
out. One is on his way out.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, why is this a thing now? Like, there has been a movie.
Did you
Nobody's
do
giving
that?
a shit
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Godzilla
okay.
for like 10 years.
Well, we're gonna answer that question soon.
Is this just the government being like, let's put out all these Godzilla movies so that when we release that there's actually a Hollow Earth, nobody's going to be that the riots won't happen
So,
because they've been warning us.
We had talked about this earlier, and our theory is that because this next Godzilla movie, which doesn't come out till next year, is not going to be that good, so they better drop the trailer now while people's interest are
Oh,
peaked.
because
'Cause
they're
mine-
getting on the Godzilla hype train.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
-1
Yeah.
is a 10 out of 10 right now from a lot of people.
I've heard that too.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sneak in the
But-
theater soon.
I still don't care.
No.
Well, I mean, you don't have to care.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
I know, but I'm saying like I know that there's hardcore Godzilla fans, and
there is.
this show made me realize how much depth there is to that whole
yeah.
universe, which is
Yeah.
cool. And I'm like, oh, this is neat. It's not something that I like, oh, this is piquing my interest. Now I'm going to look into it more and get more involved in it. It's just like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm glad this exists. I'm glad that those people that I've heard of who are big Godzilla fans, oh, they have a lot to chew into. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good for I'm happy for them.
Yeah, me too.
But this
Yeah.
isn't like, oh, I gotta go watch all the movies now. I'm just like, I don't care still.
It's
Yeah.
it's also like recycling and bringing new fan base in.
Sure,
Like,
absolutely.
every show has to do that to keep going.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people similar to me who were like, I didn't know it was this deep, and now they've seen this, they're just like, whoa, and there's 2 movies, this is the best day ever, and are just like, so just chopping.
Mom,
everything
meatloaf.
Yeah.
That's those people.
Put the pizza rolls on.
But like we said before, like the show is when we going back to talk about Silo, we kind of
Yeah.
had this moment in Silo
Yeah.
halfway through where we were questioning things.
Yeah.
Like it better get better. It better do this. It better do that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So let's give him credit. Maybe for the next 4 episodes, it's just like backyard wrestling, but with Godzilla.
Yeah,
Then you'll be
Yeah.
happy.
exactly.
Is it
and-
gonna go through the holidays?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
nonstop.
Okay.
Yeah,
It goes
Apple
right-
doesn't believe in Christmas.
Yeah. It believes in selling stuff at Christmas, but that's about it.
believes in capitalism.
Yeah.
Speaking of Apple, they raised my Apple Plus account price. The price has gone up. Yeah, I'm not happy.
Apple's
just
charging
yours?
you more money. Whoa,
Yeah.
weird.
Just yours, no one else.
Just mine, yes. You got lucky.
Okay.
It must be a minority.
What is
thing.
Apple?
It was always the
Apple Plus.
cheapest.
What is that?
Oh, sorry, Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Oh, the
So
streaming
you can
service?
buy it separately, or you can buy it with cloud storage and other stuff that Apple has.
oh, okay.
So
you
I
got
was
iCloud and-
yeah, because my kids don't know how to delete stuff on their phone.
No, of course.
Yeah, they don't. So
Their
they have
memory's
like
bad.
They have
I might be-
terabytes of files. In
I
there.
might need to reference the video that I took of my left foot in 2 years.
So
okay?
I have I think 10 terabyte cloud storage, plus the Apple TV, plus the iTunes library songs, right? iTunes, the
Okay.
song. It's basically Spotify.
Sure.
And then I have Apple Fitness Tracker and all this nonsense. Like, okay, but it's $30 a month. I'm like, okay, that's fair enough because I don't need to keep deleting stuff off my phone to free up storage in my family plan. Right?
Yeah.
And it comes with Apple TV, and so far it's been worth the price, right?
Sure.
But now they're like, hey, we're gonna up it to I think like $36 or something, $37, something like that. I'm like, what? $7-8 out of nowhere?
Mm.
Like, you know,
For being such a good customer, here's another.
Here's
$8.
Yeah.
We're giving you nothing, but you got to pay us $7. more.
Horse that says I cut the cable. It was $50 a month for 120 channels. Meanwhile,
Here
everyone
we go
now has
again.
Prime,
I'm
Disney,
creeping back
Apple,
up to $100
Netflix.
on my
I know.
subscription services.
I know.
right?
Yeah,
But
Getting-
they're supposed to.
it's almost like it's 4 fucking companies that own everything
Yeah.
and are just trying to now put the things into different things so you don't notice that you're giving them all the same.
Like I got rid of Discovery Plus, I got rid of Paramount Plus, I got rid of Disney Plus, and I'm still like paying for Netflix, Apple, for Amazon. Amazon, yes, is included with my Prime thing, but that also went up.
right.
It used to be $70 when I opted in like a couple of years ago for Amazon Prime. Now it's at $100. It's gone up $30. It's gone up $10 every year. It's gone
Yeah.
up. So even with the deal that I give, because we do order stuff from Amazon, it's still $100 per month.
Yeah.
Whether you order or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, things have been climbing up really steady here. And
It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens because the streamers are going to start to realize, like, people are going to start dropping off. They're going to have to start. I heard they might start bundling stuff. Like, you can
Yeah.
pay
it's
for-
funny you say that. Disney is looking to bundle up with Paramount.
right?
It'll just go back to the old cable ways, but now we just use the internet.
It,
And
Exactly.
it'd still be a coax cable giving
it's just
us
so, yeah.
the cable internet, but now
Yeah.
now it's on demand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of overpriced and
But at least Apple has been, like we've said, pushing out good shows, and I'm
That's
still
true.
saying this show has got something.
yeah, I'm not
and the
saying it's
show
bad.
is, you know, there's money put into the show.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
the
for
budget's
sure.
there.
Oh, for sure.
They
it
got
is.
Kurt goddamn Russell.
Yeah, he ain't going on no shitty.
He didn't get out of
Netflix.
bed for less
Yeah.
than $1 million.
Yeah, and they didn't. Well, they didn't spend money on de-aging. They're like, wait, he's got a son. Right?
Yeah.
Think he can
That's
play this?
brilliant, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It's still brilliant.
Well, also it's still funny that like half the Avengers are in this universe.
Yeah.
And also they
Ooh.
got 3 other movies coming out. Well, they got Black Widow, or not Black Widow. They got Scarlet Witch
Was
in the
was in one of the Godzillas. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
Loki was in
Loki.
Skull
Yeah,
Island.
Skull
Captain
Island.
Marvel was in Skull
Yeah, yeah.
Island.
yeah, and
Brie Larson,
also now we've got America. What's his name?
Oh
Oh, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell's
no,
son.
no, the son.
and
Winter,
Kurt Russell.
They both were.
Yeah.
they both been. in
Winter
Winter
Marvel.
Soldier.
No, not Winter Soldier. What's
He's
America?
American agent.
American
U.S.
agent.
agent.
Yeah, U.S.
U.S.
agent.
agent.
U.S. agents in it.
I
Kurt
should know-
Russell.
I should
Samuel
know
L.
this.
Jackson.
Oh yeah, Sam Jackson's in it
Well, but it's because Marvel has so many
too.
people.
Yeah.
They're just everywhere.
Well, when I saw the trailer for the new Godzilla, which it does look dumb,
Yes.
it does look bad.
Yes.
It was like, wait, is because people are superhero movied out, are they now just pumping money into Godzilla movies? And
Well, me and him were discussing. Sometimes IPs have to pump them out to keep their licensing.
yeah, but that's once every like 5 or 10 years.
well, the last Godzilla was like years ago.
it was 3. I think it was-
No,
Yeah, but they
20
don't. Nobody owns the license on that.
what do you
That's why we have Godzilla -1 coming out, and then a Godzilla TV
mean? Oh, is
show.
the IP that old now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's free.
Yeah.
So let's make a Godzilla movie.
So that's why they're doing it then. Yeah, everyone's just like, okay, it's free.
It doesn't cost a lot. Yeah.
There you go.
See, we can make our Godzilla rom-com then.
Godzilla public domain.
It would have to be.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
It had to be in the 30s.
It was Godzilla versus Kong was 2021. That's only 2 years ago.
Um,
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
No, it was only 2 years ago.
So how old is the IP? It's got to be in the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that old.
no, it's not. Okay.
It's not free IP then.
Then why is maybe I don't know.
It could just be all of a big coincidence.
So what didn't you like about the trailer? The fact that Godzilla runs or he's purple?
No, the
Are we
fact
gonna go
that-
to the movie now?
Yeah,
Forget
okay,
the
you
show.
know what? I will say he was true to the original where he looked just like a fat dude in a rubber suit running. And
Yes.
that's why.
Oh,
But also it was like, oh, what? Okay, I did a slow transition for dramatic effect. But also it was like, oh, Kong's got his power glove. And this was like, all the people were talking. They're like, oh, we can't fight him. And he's like, he's not alone. He's got his monkey friend. And then Andy Serkis shows up or some shit. I don't know. He's not. It's just a monkey that looks like Andy Serkis is moving him. And then there's small monkeys. And it's like, why do I care about this? And I don't. And then Godzilla, he's got the Infinity Gauntlet or some shit. I don't know.
You mean Kong?
What?
Kong has
Who
it.
cares?
And he's got pink powers now. So
Pink?
Pink.
Pink.
God, his
Godzilla. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
all
yeah.
pink now. So I'm just thinking,
Yeah,
Barbie's
he's
infiltrated everything.
no, this is
Yeah.
the 80s. 80s, so it's all neon.
Oh,
Yeah,
it depends
he's going
what-
through his rave.
it depends what
phase.
power drink he's drinking.
That's true. Yeah. Which Gatorade's sponsoring this
no,
this
no,
movie?
It's a Mountain Dew.
That's
Mount-
right.
Oh, right.
That's
yeah.
right. Mountain Dew.
It's
Yeah.
a Sonic Blast.
Toxic blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the show then.
Okay.
I like how we just veered off
That's
into
the
That's
same.
what we do.
Godzilla
IP.
universe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. There's
So
it's-
our what's it, Kintaro, the
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat guy? He starts tripping out
yeah.
and goes. How is he not frozen and dead? That's all I want to know.
He got snow burned.
The lights went out. This is the middle of the night here. Temperatures drop fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would be running to get cover somewhere.
Because he had a space blanket on him. I don't
guess,
know.
yeah. So Kintaro's tripping out. He sees his father. That's his father, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. He
tripping out.
shows up as a force ghost.
Yes. But he bumps into him.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, which
It's
is
pretty
weird.
bad when a force ghost just like knocks you out of the way.
I thought you were supposed to be
pretty
corporeal
aggressive
or
force ghost.
non-corporeal.
And he just finds out that this is the place where his dad kind of laid low, and technology and
And the
connection.
phones still work.
Sure.
Because he called someone.
I mean, that's connection right there.
Yeah,
AT&T
totally.
should have been all over that
Yeah.
thing. Apple should have been all over that thing, right?
Well, Dad, welcome. The new iPhone can get you anywhere. Never loses connection.
Another thing was, I thought I saw Android phone in this show.
That's the bad guy then.
Yeah.
That's the bad
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Apple
I
can't.
can't remember. I was trying to remember because
Oh,
I remember.
shit, you're right. Oh,
I can't remember now. I think it was the
Is it
the
guy?
spy that you were talking about. She has it.
Oh,
then she's
May.
the bad guy. That's confirmed. We just
I think
ruined the
she-
show.
I think she has. I will double check. But I
Okay.
saw an Android phone. I'm like, wait, and I'm like trying to go back to what you were talking about. I'm like, wait, hold on, something's
Bad guys
there.
can't use an Apple phone
Yeah.
in their.
So we'll have to do our homework and go
But-
back.
But that's usually just a free marketing thing for Apple. They say, because normally you have to pay companies a license to be like, hey, we want to use your product in our movie, or vice versa. And Apple, they say like, yeah, you can use an iPhone for free. You don't have to cover up the logo. It just can't be used by a bad guy.
Yeah,
But you'd assume that wouldn't
because
count in.
I don't
their
think the
own
average
show.
person can recognize quickly the phone. But I saw the screen. I'm like, that's not an Apple screen.
Sure.
That's an
I think
Android.
most people,
Yeah.
well, okay, most Apple people can see a not Apple phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, also, Kurt Russell's computer completely froze up. Is that a Mac? I don't even know. I mean, froze.
Oh yeah,
Not froze like stalled, but it's actually frozen.
Yeah,
Because I was like, if it's the mountains, man, it's gonna freeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he trips out and finally gets a hold, I guess, to somebody's radioing in. And then we go back to the scene in the mountain where the monster's hunting them down.
Yeah.
And
and then Luke Skywalker shows up and he
it was
shoots
so
the probe
weird
droid.
how this monster can't catch up to them, and he's only literally like a couple of meters away from them.
What, the Demigorgon?
The
Exactly.
frozen,
That's what he looks like.
yeah, frozen mite.
Right. So
Uh,
is it that he can't see them, or he's only attracted to heat or something? I don't know. It's because the guy, remember, he shot like
He shot the
gun
flare and
he
it
went and looked
distracts
that
it,
way,
yeah.
and- but yeah, it is weird that they keep getting away from it. Like
Yeah,
there's-
'cause-
at the end of the last episode, they're
I can't
standing
wait-
there for a long time,
Hello, Kiwi.
and they're just like, "Why don't you run away?" And they're just like, they're staring at it and staring at it.
I'm glad you all watched the show and give a review, so I don't have to endure Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon's in this?
She should be. She's not in this.
No.
No,
What movie do you think?
What show are you
what show
watching?
you think we're talking about?
Thelma Louise.
But I just find like in knee deep snow, how are you able to outrun this thing?
Yeah. Well,
Right.
yeah, they shouldn't be. They should be sinking in everywhere.
Yeah,
it's
like you'd
gotta
be stuck. Just one jump, you're in. right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
better off making a fort and just hiding underneath it.
Yeah.
Wait, am I crazy? You are crazy. We're all crazy. There is no Susan Sarandon.
No. There's a cattle show. There's a hillbilly show called Monarch that's about country. Is there kingdom? We're not watching that.
But we might start.
We literally talked about Godzilla. How is that?
I mean, I know Susan Sarandon's aged a lot, but I don't
Not
think
a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yet. She's still hot.
she probably.
I've met her in the airport.
I'm
She's
sure
a very
she
nice
breathes fire too,
Dude,
but
yeah.
still, maybe they'll bring her in.
lady.
Anyways,
She's a very nice lady.
let's start watching that other Monarch show.
That came out last year. It's and for no, I'm gonna this. I mean,
That's awesome.
it's just like a glorification of a lot of country stuff, and I'm saying is there's a lot of
So is that the one,
aging graceful women with massive cleavage in this show.
is that
So,
the
maybe-
Monarch?
no, it's just called Monarch.
So what is this one then? It can't be-
Monarch?
It's called Monarch Legacy,
Legacy.
of Moss.
Okay,
That's why they had to put the caveat of Legacy.
So
of
we should
Monsters.
definitely keep saying that.
No, it's funny. We're gonna get all the country people in here and get all their views.
Now I'm interested in this show.
Yeah.
Country is their.
You had me
kingdom.
at cleaving notes. He said he is saved.
Yeah.
Good on ya.
It'd be hilarious if you were watching the other.
The hell are they talking about?
What mountain?
Yeah.
Where did they get to the snow level?
Yeah. Demigorgon. But anyways, so they get saved. Long story short,
Yep.
by the Monarch military,
Yes.
the Department of Monarch, whatever the heck you want to
Yeah,
call
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
They come.
The Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah.
They come and what is Kiwi saying here?
It's attracted to heat because in the Arctic area it would only be the only thing that would
Yeah.
represent heat.
Right.
Most
Of course,
titans
Kiwi
kaiju
knows.
are not aware of bonfire. Yeah.
You nerd, and I love it.
Yeah. But as they're flying away, Lee Shaw sees this one of those massive holes where all this radiation's coming through, right? So this is-
Finally, something interesting.
yes, because this was sort of reference that they've got these that there's a inside the planet. There's a whole like
The Hollow Earth.
Is
The
this
Hollow
show
Earth.
gonna ruin the chances of the movie coming out later on because they're both talking about something underneath the earth?
No,
right?
no. They introduced that in
In-
a Kong movie.
it was Kong Godzilla versus Kong. You
Yeah.
saw him go.
No,
down
I know,
there.
but
the Hollow
I'm
Earth
talking about
theory.
like the whole, like exploration and more detail. This show might ruin a lot of what people are gonna go see that one for.
No, because they already went way deeper. They already explored like the whole Hollow Earth thing in
So are these guys gonna do a
Different movie.
different one? Maybe a different dimension it comes from?
sure.
well, the movies like the show. We're not going to get Kong. We're not going to get Godzilla and Kong teaming up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why people are going to go see the movie,
Yeah.
right? But and also is it, timeline wise, right? The movie's only up to 2000. I mean, the show is only up to 2015. Where the movies like this is years and years later.
yeah.
The movies are.
And they're not connected in any way, right?
Well, they're in the same universe, but
So that
it's not
how strict are they on like canon and lore with the content that comes out?
I would assume
There's
that,
got to be some restrictions of how close they can get to the movie stuff.
right.
They have their barrier. They're like, okay, you can talk about all this, but you can't get into that because it's going to ruin our movie.
Can they?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think.
Well, Monarch, they're talking about just the military part. Most of the time, they're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, is there like a Disney oligarchy that's taking over and being like, no, that in this movie they said this, so you can't say that because he actually went
probably. Who
to a
knows?
different planet.
It's owned by Warner Brothers, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it like produced or
Warner
like
Brothers owns King Kong.
who? Yeah, well, King Kong, but they own the license because they keep making bloody movies.
You mean
with Jack
subpar
Black
movies?
in it. Yeah.
Harsha said they're going to go with Flat Earth, and they were just chilling underneath us.
Toho Company, Monster versus an
Kiwi
American.
said the hole to the
multimedia-
hollow Earth.
So Monster versus an American multimedia franchise and shared fictional universe. Godzilla, King Kong, and other creatures owned by Toho. Who the hell is Toho?
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, I would
The
assume
original-
so. Yeah,
The original company that
yeah.
created him.
Franchise, Legendary Pictures, and is co-produced and distributed by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, the franchise is recently. Blah, 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 who cares? So they have a deal that consists of 5 films and 2 television series. So we've got one. So maybe
I told
second
you, something to do with
second
licensing,
season.
huh? It's always about that.
Yeah.
second season of, I don't know when this started. 2014.
So maybe their contract is coming up, and they need to pump the stuff out. to get money to renew the contract.
So Kong X Godzilla, the new Empire, that's coming out next year. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is the last one.
Over and
last-
under.
That's the last.
Is this movie
It's the
going to
last
make
one.
400 million or more?
Hell no.
Is it going to make over 400 million?
Comes out in. Remember we said it comes out in April.
April.
No, I don't think so. I don't think people are itching for this, right?
That's what I mean. Like,
they're
yeah.
not like, oh, I gotta, because you've actually already seen Kong and Godzilla together, and then this is actually, if you watch the trailer, it looks like the same sort of story. They're just going to team up at the end,
yeah.
and fight another.
Who will win?
Yeah,
Well, the big piss off monsters.
I think
Yeah.
the choice of having apes is a bad idea
Yeah.
because it's sort of like you're just copying Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that's why I was saying.
10
Andy
story
Serkis shows
yeah.
up.
I think they should have gone with like dinosaur type of esque monsters,
Sure.
like Hydra and stuff like that, right?
Rodan.
Yeah,
Like, get all the big sawed off ones.
like they should have done that route. I think you would have attracted more people to come watch because they probably didn't see the light of day, right? They've already we even have Planet of the Apes coming out.
and that'll be good because it's good writers and
Yeah.
creators.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think the choice was weird.
yeah. Well, it's like, where do they go after this? Even you know, are they gonna? Do all the monsters have to team up because the aliens are coming, and we gotta train them
The
to fight
Transformers show up, Megatron comes in, and then King Kong has to punch him in the face.
I'd watch that.
I would too. That would be. I mean,
Yeah,
we've already
I
had.
said it's right. Agreed. They need to move on to another beloved classic to ruin.
Yeah.
I agree. Jurassic Park's been ruined. Predator's been ruined.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. You know.
They have a whole board. Check.
Yeah.
We did it.
High five.
Soon, nobody will watch TV ever again.
What's that? Cowabunga dude.
What up? All right, what do you give this episode?
Ooh.
Or
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 6. I was not interested that much.
I had to watch a recap. I watched the episode yesterday, and I watched a recap 5 minutes before we
It barely
came on,
registered in my mind.
and I was like, I don't remember any of this. And
Yeah.
I watched it at like 1.5 times speed to try and like just get all the information.
Yeah.
I still don't remember anything. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Ooh. Yeah.
Subpar.
It's- I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah. I'm still gonna go with same as Elvin, probably 6. Again, it's the least of the 4 for sure.
And
but
6 to me feels I'm being a bit generous here.
Sure.
There's an argument to be made why he said 4, right?
Yeah. See, I always try to number shows by the potential of where it's going and what else we can see, and I don't
Sure.
know. So I'm still hoping that there's something here.
I'm still saying this the series overall is worth watching, but I'm just saying this
Yeah.
episode did not push the needle.
for sure. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
disappointing for sure. So we'll see what happens. See what happens next. And then there was a mid-season trailer today. It's not even mid-season.
You know why I think they do that is because I think the ratings is down.
Right. They want to get people's.
Well,
hype
I,
up.
I was saying to Michael when he posted about it in the Discord, I was like, there's been a couple shows that I've started watching because of a mid-season.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't have a good
I don't think
marketing push for a launch, or I'm not the demographic that it was for, or whatever, or just I didn't see it, or I was busy with other
the
stuff. or whatever.
marketing push for this show to start was weak.
Sure, yeah.
It was weak.
Yeah.
But then like I'll see a mid-season trailer and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it's about. Okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you're
And,
kind of
well, they're doing that right now. They're
Yeah.
making that Christmas push to get people
Yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah. So it was a mid-season trailer dropped a couple days ago. But if you watch it, and we've already seen it doesn't show us anything
Yeah.
new or anything.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it's gonna get people to watch it or
Yeah.
not. Because again, I think you kind of have to still sort of kind of be into this sort of universe a little bit or like part of it. I don't know.
Mhm.
Kiwi says 3.5 for the episode, 8 for the whole show.
Yeah.
The math don't add up, my friend.
I'm saying,
That's a really huge discrepancy there.
yeah. I get it.
I don't think it was 3.5. It wasn't that bad.
No.
Well, you're not gonna 0.5 difference in opinion?
Because I think it's somewhere between 4 and 6 right now.
Sure.
That's what I'm thinking
Sure.
for this specific episode.
But,
the overall show,
I'm still giving it an 8 for the whole show.
you think the whole show's 8?
Because
Okay.
if you go my last 3 episodes, they were all like 9s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this episode for me brought that number down to I think 7-ish for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we still got more episodes to go. Maybe they'll save the
There's
best for last, right?
Still 6.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess
No.
we
We
got
got
a long
tons.
ways to go. Yeah, but
Yeah.
are those 6 episodes gonna be
Monster fights.
monsters?
I want to know more.
Answering some questions.
They haven't really. So this whole thing about Monarch, the company, sort of this mysterious thing about them, and they haven't done much with it. Like,
No.
there's got to be something else there.
And your theory about her being bad looks
Spy.
like it's coming to for.
Yeah, she's got an Android phone.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
there we
can't
go.
confirm that yet, but I will look into it. I'm gonna.
100%
she's out-
confirmed. You heard it here first.
There's definitely. Yeah, I think there's
He's
still
angry.
something
He
about
says,
her.
"Who cares
cares
about
about
the math? There's giant monsters. Where are they? I haven't seen a lot of them. What happened to that pterodactyl?
What happened to their best country music album awards?
No, that's Susan Sarandon.
Oh, there's no giant monsters anywhere.
But yeah, it's let's see, 6 episodes to go.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into
Before we get into that,
Oh, okay.
it kind of moves in well with this with a lot of the points that we were talking about. A show that I watched that both of you should watch, internet.
If it doesn't have Susan Sarandon.
It doesn't have Susan Sarandon. Unfortunately, it does have your favorite actor.
Stallone.
No,
Oh,
Cyril from Andor.
oh God.
But it's based on a DC comic.
Okay, I'm listening.
It is really good. It's on Netflix, so it's all out. 1 season. It's British, so
Okay,
you know they're not going to drag it out.
Okay.
It's just like, here's the story. We're done. Fuck off. We're doing something else. It's bodies. Bodies.
Okay.
It deals with
What category does it fall in? Is DC so heroically?
it is murder mystery
Okay.
with a sprinkling of science fiction.
Oh, okay. You got me.
2003.
Without
It just came out.
It
in
just
October.
came out.
in October.
yeah.
Bodies.
And it stars so there's 4. So without giving away too much, it stars 4 different detectives in 4 different timelines, investigating the same body
Hmm.
in the same place, in the same everything. And one in like the 1800s, one in the 20s, one in now, and then one in the future. And so obviously there's a time travel, time loop thing, whatever. I was amazed with how it's a show about time travel that isn't science fiction. And especially in a time when there's so many goddamn shows about time travel that I want to gouge my eyes out. It was wonderfully all the way through. Beautiful story. There was an ending. The ending is phenomenal, but also there's an ending that happens that you're like, okay, I'm good. And then there's 20 more minutes where you're like, this is a focus group ending where they were like, here's the ending, and then they're like, I don't get it, like what happened to like her, where'd she go? And they're like, god damn it, okay, she fucking goes and does the thing, and it's just like just crammed in ending, and you're just like, I was fine with the last one you just showed me, but like other than that,
Yeah.
which is just funny.
How many episodes is it? Do you know?
8, I think.
Okay.
And I think they're like an hour long or something like that. But
Okay.
it's really good. And
Based
also,
on a graphic novel. I
yeah.
see.
And
Yeah.
also they do like since there's 4 different storylines going on, they constantly do like comic book panes of them going into like the same kind of room and taking the same kind of steps. It's really, really well done. And again, Cyril's in it and he's great.
So that's Bodies on Netflix.
Yeah.
Just came out in
Murder stuff,
October.
like mysterious stuff, murder stuff is right up my wife's alley.
Oh,
I
yeah.
should be afraid of that.
Every wife loves
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if I put that on, she'll be in it.
Yep.
Yeah, ready to go.
podcasts about.
Speaking of murdering, Rick and Morty, they murdered this episode.
Hell of a segue.
Yes.
This one was called Rise of the Numericons, the movie.
Ward life.
Oh,
Oh man, if you love iced tea, you're gonna love
you
water tea more.
if you love, what was the show in the 80s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sesame Street?
No,
Electric Company.
Electric Company. Yeah. Like it was.
I love the way he looks at me, right?
You have kids, and
What's that show from the 40s?
not 40s. I said 80s.
Finally, I'm not old.
You kids. And your TV shows.
Oh man.
Yeah, Electric Company.
Yeah. It was like that on Speed. This episode, there were just so many math and numbers and
So the
arithmetic
Numericons.
jokes.
Sorry,
I can't even say it out loud.
because you guys know again more than I do. Was this the first time they never showed Rick? Like, has there ever been?
Oh, yeah.
There's been episodes without
yeah,
Rick.
Yeah,
okay.
there's, yeah.
Okay.
No, Rick was in. Also, this episode just went all over the place constantly.
Well,
It
they're
was
all-
a lot of parodies, a lot of
It's-
Easter eggs.
Oh yeah,
Like it's filled. It had Transformers.
yeah.
It had Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
lots of Star Wars.
It
They
had GoBots.
yeah.
What else did they have?
Back to the Future.
Back to
Yeah, Back to the
Yeah,
Future.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Chuck, it's your cousin.
I found the sound you've
Marvin
been looking
D.
for.
Yeah. So this continues from Gets
Why
50.
does he keep answering the phone? That was-
Oh,
So it continues from Gets 50, which is a previous episode that Water T was in,
yeah.
who had come down to Earth to learn and get taught by The-
math teacher.
the math teacher,
Oh, yeah.
and then he had left to go back to his planet because his exile was over or something like that. I mean, the backstory is ridiculous
Oh yeah.
itself.
Even just
right?
the explanation. Yeah.
yeah. But then they have this feud, a long feud with the Numericons and the what are they called? The Alpha Bertram,
The
Oh, God.
alphanumerics. No, that's
Alphabet-
reboot. Alphabetrons.
Alpha Bertram
Whatever.
and Numericons have this long feud. The Rise of the Numericons is the,
Yeah.
the title. But yeah, it was very explicit too. There was a lot of things going on in that episode. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into them, but let's
Well,
just say
Ice-T
let's say
promises
there was a
to
lot of
shoot his dick.
multiplication. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Right.
But did you notice when the teacher is teaching, the math on the board is really, really bad basic math? It's like 2 + 2 = 4. It's like
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh man. And they had a lot of references. Like they had they're protecting their planet with
Oh, the brackets.
brackets.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so good.
Like this felt like a. This almost felt like a what's it called? What's the other the Space Simpsons show with Fry and
Futurama.
Futurama? Like it felt like a lot of because Futurama does really nerdy jokes like that.
Well, the one-liners they dropped in here
like everyone's voice or everyone's name
when they arrived, they're like, "Leave no numbers behind." Like it was so right on the
Like-
nose, right?
and like Dreadnought not being 0.
yeah, which was a Star Wars reference and a GI Joe reference.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's hard to do a double hitter like that.
and then obviously having Ice-T show up on the show and voice his,
His dad.
He was- yeah, his dad.
Fire T.
and then they drop music
Yeah.
and he raps in there.
But he doesn't know how to rap at first. He can't get the timing
Yeah,
right.
because he doesn't know 4/4 time yet, and then he gets it, and he's like, "Oh, sick." And then the reason why he didn't shout his math teacher out, and who then
Where's your homework?
Yeah, who was friends with the president, but because he didn't, I thought he was going to say good about math. No, he just said about numbers. I'm sorry. Here, get the hell out of here. I have a campaign to run.
Then they also meet this primitive group who worship the Eye of Harmony.
Oh, and all of their like
They hold a
things that they
Ewok
said-
like party as well.
yeah, they were just scribbles, but they were just saying like onomatopoeias of like their language was like scribble dot or whatever.
Then the Eye of Harmony is like this big powerful thing, right? And
Mhm.
connects Water Tea and what's it called? Sinistar 7,
Yeah.
because it can't say Sinister 7, which is Spider-Man
Yeah.
reference. It's just crazy, this sort of stuff. And they end up becoming an item that they belong together.
Yep.
So yeah, that happens.
A few times.
Magma tea. That's
tea,
his
right,
that's
not
what he
fire
played. Yeah. Because water tea wasn't enough. They had to get magma tea, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't Magnum tea.
Yeah, and then there was helium Q.
Yeah, a lot of references.
There's even like TIE fighters in this, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
there was, and they were hash signs.
Yes.
Or
that's
pound
right.
signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I only got to see I saw most of it, but I gotta say, like, just the first 10 minutes of the show really got me interested. I was like, this is really good.
Yeah.
I like this is probably already better than a couple of the episodes we've seen already. The first 10 minutes was that good,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, don't worry, Harstead. Iced tea got plenty of sugar in this episode.
He is right though. You need to put a lot of sugar. Like iced tea.
Well, we don't have
Iced
to
tea.
worry about that in Canada. Our iced tea already has sugar.
You're right.
We're
That's
drinking
true.
iced tea right now.
Yeah, I am.
This guy's
There's a
lots
lot
of sugar, in it.
Mhm. And caffeine.
Yeah,
And
they
a
call it
little-
sweet
and a little
tea.
bit of vodka.
No,
No,
I'm
just
just
kidding.
right? They call it sweet tea.
Yeah,
tea.
sweet tea is different.
I learned the hard way when I first went to the U.S. first couple of times. I'm like, can I get an iced tea? Because I'm used to this iced tea, right?
Yeah.
Just iced tea. They give it to me, and I take a big gulp. I'm like, what is this? Right? She's like, do you mean sweet tea, honey? I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
Sure.
I'm like, can I get a pop? She's like, what's a pop?
Sody pap.
You mean a soda? I'm like, yes, a soda.
So again, I brought it up before, but do you guys feel like episodes are missing something when Rick isn't in it? Like,
I think Rick does help
Yeah.
because he's the main character.
Yeah.
But this episode held its own.
Yeah. There's been a couple episodes where Rick takes a break and then he just shows up at the end to give like a one-liner or whatever.
Mm.
Or everything's about to explode and then Rick just shows up and he's like, sorry, I was late, and then fixes everything and then
Right.
the credits roll.
right.
But no, they usually do hold up as well as this one.
Do you also feel like this season is relying on a lot of old material to bring back?
No.
It regularly does this.
Okay.
It or not relies on old stuff. It a lot of like there's a lot of reoccurring stuff like this
Right.
where I mean how many I'm curious how many seasons the Swifty episode was ago, because like a lot of times it'll be like
Season
Here's-
2.
season 2, yeah, exactly, so it'll be like here's a character from season 2 that there was like
But wasn't he just
story?
a tiny part of that too?
yeah. And it like it wasn't the entire thing, and then well like Poopy Pants
Yeah.
or Mr. Poopy Butthole, like he's not
love
a huge character.
I've been waiting for him to come back. When is he coming back?
But he's not a huge character, but then it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, by the way, the whole episode now leans on this guy.
Right. Right.
And same with this, where it's like they had essentially just an iced tea joke,
hmm
and he had nothing to do with the actual person. Iced tea had nothing to do with it, and then it pissed him off, and he didn't like their
Version of it.
representation of him. So then now he's just on board and voicing his dad,
Yeah.
who now because I think Helium Q was his dad, but then they recanonized that to be one of his subjects, and now Magma T or Magma whatever is dad and is voiced by Ice T.
Yeah. Who comes up with this stuff?
I mean, a lot of weed.
Yeah. Yeah. It is
And
for sure.
a budget of just like, okay, but then Ice-T comes back and he fights the numbers, and they've got starships, and then the 7 and the T bang, and then the whistle glows, and then they win. And someone's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I should draw this out. That's great. Let's do that.
Yeah, and then it's like it's just it goes on, and it's just pushing and pushing, and it's like what?
But then they have a bunch of good writers, and like every line had some pun in it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even keep track.
Yeah,
Like every bit. And I'm so glad that I was watching it with subtitles, because there was bits where I was just like laughing or like gobsmacked by the last string of jokes and references that I was like, oh, there's one I missed. Oh, okay, cool.
it's almost like they're like, okay, so we have numbers and letters. Let's just go through all the
Let's go.
things first, and then we'll write a story around it.
Yeah. How many references can we get?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Out of 10, what do you guys give it?
Again, I laughed quite a bit, so I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
Oh, that's a reference.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Sinister.
And I got my tea right here.
Way!
Whoa. That's
Give
That's
it
great.
an 8. Yeah,
that's your highest score.
I think. Yeah, I'm
This
I'm
season.
now also the last episode with the quantum and the whatevers.
Yeah,
great episode, really funny. But yeah, this one, it was just like, this one felt like it had the most
Oh, you weren't here
in
last
it.
week.
No,
No, you're
You
right.
forget. Do you
Yeah.
know your score from Monarch last week?
no.
Do you don't remember? What happened?
6. I don't care. I don't care about this
6.
shit anymore.
I just kidding.
What?
Well, that changes everything.
So 8 this episode. What about last week?
7.
Okay.
See,
I like this.
if you ask me what happened in Rick and Morty last week, I can't tell you.
where he got a summer.
Remember
got-
Oh,
summer-
yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
now I got it. Sorry, I have a short memory. What are we talking
Total
about?
Recall. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Total Recall.
I had my memory wiped.
I'm gonna give it an 8 as well.
Have I been to Mars? I don't remember.
I'll give it an 8 as well.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah. This is a great episode.
Good episode.
It
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
Keep them coming, please.
What's Hartstead asking?
Husted, so about huge jacked man. Off topic. What are you excited for? A huge jacked man and Daphne
We
Keene?
all knew Hugh Jackman was gonna be in Deadpool 3.
Hell yeah.
Definitely, that's his daughter from
Yeah,
Logan.
X-23. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I don't. It's not confirmed what she's. It's going to be X-23 or a version. We don't know if it's that version. We
She's a
don't
lot
know.
older, so it's going to be an
Yeah.
older one.
But I'm assuming because I think what is the storyline is he's going around looking for Wolverine in dimensions.
Yes.
And he probably bumps into her and she's like, he ain't here, he's dead. Because in the movie he's dead.
Oh, and then he takes her and then goes to another universe to find.
Maybe,
Blue
or
and
maybe he's just like,
yellow
okay, see you later. I gotta
Logan.
go. Okay, he's not here. Bye.
Oh yeah, she's just in
'Cause,
there
you
for
know,
like a cameo bit.
Deadpool is witty.
They're
like
gonna
that.
redo the scene when in Days of Future Past or whatever, when they walk in the bar and he's like, F
Yeah,
you. So it's gonna be her sitting in the bar.
Oh,
Deadpool will walk in and she'll be
That would
like,
be pretty crazy.
F
Yeah.
you.
that'd be
I
good.
want them to do the one where he's not talking. Remember that one?
Oh, when he's got his.
Like I want them to walk by and see that going on. He's like, that guy's the weirdest Deadpool ever, or something like that.
You already shot him.
He did shoot him in one of the.
He shot in the end
Credit-
credit
end
scene
credit
of
scenes.
Deadpool 2.
Bring that back. He replay that whole
He
thing.
shot himself and then he talks to Wolverine and he
He's
goes,
like,
"Hey,
Hi.
no, I'm gonna call on you and you better come."
Yeah. So
So now,
He better show up.
yeah, he is.
But yeah, Deadpool. It's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
biggest movie next year probably.
Oh yeah,
800 million is what I guessed.
totally.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's a summer movie. It's the only real MCU movie.
Yeah.
People are going to be wanting it badly.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's all of the Deadpool fans and then all of the old MCU fans who are like, I miss when the Avengers were good.
Yes.
And so it's going to be everyone being like, finally,
Yeah.
we're getting a thing that we want.
Yeah.
And
it's-
then how is that going to change the tides of Marvel movies, or will it?
well, it's definitely going to be rated R.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how that's all gonna be connected.
because that movie's gonna do gangbusters.
Do you want to check how much the last Deadpool movie made?
Because I mean, the last Logan movie and Deadpool both made exorbitant money compared to what the MCU's been making now. So now they're just gonna be like, okay, so do we do?
But
Are they gonna try and do DC? And they're gonna be like, no, we're gritty. And are they gonna completely miss the mark?
785 million.
Jesus.
This will make 800
Oh yeah.
with you adding Hugh Jackman into the fold?
Exactly.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know who Deadpool was until the first movie.
Sure.
And then I was like, this guy's the best.
Yeah.
When people ask me why the recent Marvel movies didn't do well, I just point at the older movies and I say, look at the writing,
Mhm.
look at the acting, and look at the characters.
Well, it's because they spent time to make you care about the characters. They gave
Mhm.
you a movie or two, and then they said, here's this huge movie. Like Eternals was like, here's these space wizards that you don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
Watch them for 2.5 hours. And
Yeah.
most people just said, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can see Angelina Jolie
the
be
other
hot. And you're like, I can put up with that for 10.
The other thing is the directors were good.
Sure.
The director for Eternal, she had no experience in this field at all.
Right.
And she shot the bed.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Marvel's director. She didn't even finish the movie. She was already on to the next movie.
Yeah.
She had left in post-production. She's like, I'm out. I got to go do something else.
Well, and everyone's saying that what's the Miss Marvel? No, there's too many
show?
goddamn people called Marvel in this universe. What's the young girl's name?
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
What's the older one's
Captain
name?
Marvel.
Captain Marvel. And then there's Betty Marvel and June Marvel.
Sarah Marvel
And
Frankie
Monica
Marvel.
Rambeau was the other one.
Yeah, oh right, yeah, Monica Marvel.
Yeah.
The youngest one, Miss Marvel,
Ms. Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Kamala Khan.
was the best. There was
Did you
whatever.
watch it?
I watched a bit of it.
It
Okay.
was actually a pretty good show.
And
didn't mind it.
what most people say is that she was the best part, but
Yeah.
also she was the most fleshed out. So people cared about her and knew about her. The other two were just like,
Well, Captain Marvel was flushed up, but the problem is
Captain Marvel was fine.
people flushed her out because
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
like her antics.
Yeah,
Right?
no, definitely.
But also people now, the first Captain Marvel was okay, but
It was okay.
everyone thought that maybe they should have had her own sequel before teaming up with
Yeah.
these other people.
Well, no,
Totally.
that they wanted to do an own sequel, but
Okay.
because of her antics outside of the movie world, like in press and everything,
Yeah.
her popularity did nosedive.
because people just don't like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to put these guys in there to give it even a chance, but it
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the worst Marvel movie in terms of
Box
money
office,
make
yeah.
box office
Yeah.
ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no excuse
No.
to be ever the worst.
No.
There are more theaters, more eyes on to watch stuff now than there were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
And you just
Yeah.
had a
They-
hit
they-
TV show, Secret Invasion, come out.
you
Yeah.
have enough buffer to help this movie succeed, even to break even,
Mhm.
which is the best thing they could have asked for, just to break even.
Yep.
Right. And people are like, oh, it's Hollywood strike, and that. Well, go say that to Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Go tell them that.
They weren't allowed to advertise them, and they were the biggest goddamn movies that came
Barbie
out.
shattered records.
Yeah.
So
It was the
what's
Have you
that,
seen Barbie
that
yet?
excuse
Have
is
you
out
seen
the
Barbie
window.
yet? Have you
Barbie's
seen
the
Barbie?
highest grossing movie.
I
of the
don't
year.
have any desire to see Barbie. It's
You
not-
have to. If you
it's
like
not in
movies,
my wheelhouse.
if you pretend,
I know
if
what
you
it's gonna
can't
do.
pretend to
I
say
know what
you
it's
like
gonna do.
movies,
Justin, it's a show about action figures. Like who would want to see a movie about action figures? Who collects action figures and want to see a
Ugh.
movie about that?
only
Oh, it's-
losers, right, Alvin? That's why you don't want to go see it, because you're in denial.
it's the
of your
biggest
problem.
action
This is
thing.
the peer pressure I got to deal with here.
Peer
people.
pressure.
Straight jacket me.
The Nun 2 made more money than the Marvel.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's an embarrassment, and that's what happens when you let the asylum people free and then just do whatever they want. The director was horrible. The writing was horrible. She was just a mess. And Marvel
no,
was
it's
like,
just
you know what Kevin Feige said?
What?
Not Kevin Feige. Bob Iger said, the problem is we don't have our executives on the ground.
Yeah, I know. He's just doing a thing that
Really?
the
That's the
bigwigs always
problem?
Say.
Iger, come on.
They're out of touch. They have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just a money making machine now. It's no longer about story,
But it's not
or
making any
art.
money.
I know. And then,
So now everyone's panicking.
Yeah.
Stocks have dropped. The last couple of movies have bombed. Fantastic. Anyway, speaking of movie that bombed in the skyscraper, but not in real life. It is a Christmas movie, but our friend over here disagrees.
Well, let's talk about the movie first.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
So
about it first.
the movie is 1988,
Mhm.
Die Hard. It is starring Bruce Willis, and he is played as John McCain. Or is it McCain?
McClane.
Yeah, McClane. Sorry, John McClane.
McCain makes the fries.
Delicious, by the way.
Show their logo.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong button.
He's a
Checks
detective,
in the mail.
New York detective, who is.
He's a cop.
It takes place during Christmas holiday.
Christmas
season.
Eve.
Christmas Eve. It all only one
There
night.
you go.
Christmas
They're
Eve.
having a party,
Yep.
right?
Have an office party on Christmas Eve. 'cause that's when
Everybody
you
showed
have-
up. Their families didn't come.
Show up.
Guests weren't invited.
No.
We have. Is it Goober?
Hans Gruber.
Hans
Hans
Gruber.
Gruber.
Goober. I have to say.
One of the best villains of all time.
Absolutely.
He has decided to take up shop and hijack, and so it's up to our
Nakatomi building.
Yep.
Yes, it's up to our hero John to save his estranged wife.
Oh, dun,
They
dun,
had to-
dun.
because I don't know why they had to put estranged in there in the summary.
Because he's a cop. He's on the down low. You know.
He's got no shoes.
Yeah. He's got no shoes. He's a
No
man with
weapons.
nothing to lose.
He's MacGyvering the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did MacGyver come before this?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn. I was like, he must have spawned MacGyver, but it's the other way around. Okay. So action packed, a lot of explosives. But I don't even care about this. I just want to know why you don't think it's a Christmas movie. That's what why.
Yeah. You know the plot of Die Hard. You've seen it.
takes
Of course you
literally-
have. It's Christmas Eve.
during Christmas.
And
Christmas Eve.
So
yeah.
how is it not a Christmas movie?
okay,
It's got snow.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
keep
got
going, keep
family.
It's got a Christmas tree.
his
Reuniting.
wife's name's Holly.
His wife said Holly. It's got a German guy who falls down a hole in a building.
Right, because that's what happens
Santa
on
Claus
Christmas.
you
going down a chimney.
want to
Come on.
blow your mind with this. I like to pretend Bruce Willis was fearless in Die Hard because Unbreakable was the same universe,
Yeah.
and he knew he couldn't die.
Yeah. That's why Sam
that why he's
Jackson
crazy?
isn't there, because he would break his bones if he was near an explosion.
I like to. Okay. Okay, so I know all
Make
this
your case.
happens on Christmas Eve.
There's a gift of the best line ever. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
All right, here's my argument,
Let's hear it.
and it's only my opinion.
Yes.
Okay, but
Well, yeah. Nobody else agrees with me.
there's a certain amount of movies that I watch at Christmas,
Okay.
and my family watches, and we have for years. And there's like Elf and Home Alone and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Those movies, I can't watch them any other time of the year.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Die Hard, I can
Oh.
watch any time of the year.
You can watch Elf all year.
No,
You can watch
can.
Home Alone.
no,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can drop it on Thanksgiving. It'll be just fine.
no. To me, it's because those are really Christmas. It's
Yeah, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, do you watch that only at Christmas?
no.
That's a Christmas movie.
How?
He
It's a
goes
thanks-
home for Christmas.
It's a
though.
Thanksgiving
The
movie.
premise is a
Who
good.
cares?
Thanksgiving.
It's
It's
snow
a
and
Thanksgiving
there's
movie.
family and there's
The
food.
premise
They're
is-
I
going
don't
home
know
for
the
American
difference.
Thanksgiving. It's not Christmas.
Okay. I just realized I don't know the difference between a Thanksgiving movie and a Christmas movie. It's just
One has a
about
turkey,
somebody.
One has ham.
Well, it's
Yeah, that's about it.
well for all our American friends. You get our Thanksgiving is way,
in
earlier,
October,
where
when the first
American
leaves fall.
Yeah, so their Thanksgiving is closer, but no, they're getting home for the holidays. They call it. I think Thanksgiving in the U.S. might even be bigger than Christmas. It's huge. Thanksgiving.
That's a good show, yeah. Because the
No, no,
Macy's
no,
Day
no, no,
Parade
no,
is
no.
no,
Christmas
but
is
Black
still
Friday, Macy's Day Parade.
I don't know.
That's
Thanksgiving
all-
Shopping wise,
okay.
okay, fine. I'll give you that because they want to get to the Christmas presents before Christmas.
Is
right?
that why Black Friday is the thing? So they buy all the
Yes.
shit that they
Yeah,
give away
yeah,
for
yeah,
Christmas?
yeah.
Oh,
shopping
okay.
wise? Okay, I'll give you that. You cannot tell me.
Well, I'm not
that-
American. So.
No. I'm just saying that you cannot say that Christmas is smaller than Thanksgiving when
But it's
predominantly
America and
but
Thanksgiving
Okay.
is about
the predominant
eating.
religion in North America is what?
Christian. They're both about Jesus.
No, Thanksgiving is about being thankful when during the pilgrimage
Oh,
time.
right. They're they're guilt hiding.
Yeah.
Right. The shame hiding.
Okay, but they always say the Wednesday before Thanksgiving in America is the busiest travel day in America.
Mm.
So it's
because so here's the thing. Because Christmas holiday spans 2 weeks, you can travel many days to get to Christmas and New Year's. Thanksgiving specifically one day.
it always falls on the
Yeah.
Thursday.
So you got to get there on
that
because
specific day.
remember kids have school still, right? Christmas holiday schools are done 5 days, 6 days before that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
So-
it is busy. I work at the airport. It is busy on both times.
Yeah, but I also think because there's so much advertisement and marketing for American Thanksgiving,
Because it's a purchase.
the football,
Yeah.
the Black Friday,
Yeah,
everything,
that's
the
why I said-
Macy's Day Parade, where Christmas is huge, but
Yeah.
there's just they build it up.
But that's why I said, like, the shopping wise, yes, definitely.
Sure.
Nothing is bigger than Black Friday. It is the biggest holiday shopping time
yes,
of the year.
Yeah.
Period.
okay.
Right. It's become so big that they added Cyber Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Black Friday week now. Like it's extended because of how
Right.
big it is.
For
right?
sure, for sure.
So,
Yeah, too many people were
Yeah.
dying on the Friday or whatever
Yeah.
in the mall.
Oh,
getting
I saw some
flat screen
videos that
TV.
being trampled. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Until they realized.
So, anyways, yeah, Die Hard's not a Christmas.
So he says.
You know what? If you watch a movie, let's say watch Empire Strikes Back, Christmas Day every year,
Sure.
it's a Christmas movie to you, right?
Well, I mean, there's
Yeah, but
snow.
There's snow.
But
there's
no
green and
Christmas
red.
tree.
They got green.
There's no Christmas tree.
Yeah, but it's because it's a galaxy far, far away.
They're literally partying at the skyscraper because it's Christmas Eve.
They,
It's hitting you on the nose.
by the way, I have to say something.
like Rudolph's nose, which is red because it got hit by John McClane.
When you kill someone and you have to write on their shirt "ho ho ho," how is your writing so good when you're writing in blood? Like he writes "ho ho ho." Now I have a machine. How long did that take? he's like, oh no, I spelled that wrong.
Yeah,
You're tied.
He's not-
tied.
and the
he's
writing
so
is
calm that
perfect.
he can just like. He's got perfect penmanship
With blood.
with blood. Oh yeah, he
And what's
practices.
he using? His finger? Like,
No, he's got his one coke nail.
No,
No, it's the '80s.
He's using a candy cane to write.
Oh yeah.
anyways, that's funny.
You were wrong. We were right. Let's go. Yeah.
I also find the funniest thing about this, not funniest, but what I find the funniest, I don't hate Hans Gruber. I actually like him a lot.
Yeah.
The two people I hate is the chief of police
Yep.
and the reporter
Oh yeah.
who gets punched at the end.
Which I mean, the press and the police. Those
Yeah.
are two. This is why it's a Christmas movie. It's teaching you, life lessons. These are things you should not trust.
Because the rest of the year, those movies don't teach you anything.
This also spawned a successful franchise. That's how good.
Did it?
Well, yeah. People,
I mean,
Die Hard 2
was-
was not bad.
Two was okay.
Two was yeah. It also
It fell off the rails a bit after
yeah.
that.
Well, no, and then him and what was it, Justin Long
Yes.
launch a car into a helicopter or something in
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. It fell off the rails
Yeah,
after
I
that.
still watched them in theaters
for
though,
sure.
but
Two was fine. 3 with Samuel L. Jackson fell off a little bit for me, and then I didn't.
well,
How many's there been? 5
I think
with a vengeance.
it also spawned a meme of just like naming things. So
Mhm.
like now when there's a sequel or something, you go, oh, what's it called? Movie 2, movie harder.
Yeah,
Or
Die
movie,
Harder.
Movie 2 with a vengeance.
Yeah,
Movie
Yeah.
free or movie hard.
but
I think there was 5. How many were there?
I think there's 5.
There's a couple of Easter eggs here.
Mm-hmm.
McCain's badge says 881, referencing the year and the month that they were filming. Also, the Fox Plaza or the tower is called what's it called again?
Nakatomi Plaza.
Nakatomi.
That's actually 20th Century's Fox Studios.
Yeah.
So they saved money there.
And they put it in, well, the last Call of Duty in Warzone, they put Nakatomi Tower in it, and they also put John McClane in it in the game. They should have put a Hans Gruber skin in that game too, because I would have loved to hear, oh, he's dead at that point.
Okay, here are the movies: Die Hard.
Yep.
Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard.
Isn't Die Hard 2 Die Harder?
No, it's just Die Hard.
Oh.
but I think that was the advert. It says that on the poster.
Oh, yeah.
Die Hard 2, Die Harder, but I don't think it was called that.
So that
So-
line.
Sorry, yeah. Die Hard 3 is just called Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah.
Die Hard 4 is Live Free or Die Hard,
Jeez.
and
Just end
Die
it
Hard
there.
5 is A Good Day to Die
A
Hard.
good day to Die Hard. Yeah.
That's the one with Justin Long, I think.
Yeah.
So that reference, Yippee Ki
Yep.
It's
Yep.
actually a homage to Roy Rogers.
He says that in the movie. That he wants to be called. No, he
Yeah.
says
was on
Hans says, "Who are you, John Wayne?" And he goes,
Yeah.
I like Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
The German language that they spoke is spoken by terrorists in the group in the film. It's actually incorrect grammar,
Yeah.
and nonsensical, and it's done on purpose for humor.
Yeah.
So anyone who is German listening, they were probably like, "That's not German," right? So
I have to give it up for Hans in his hiring of a diverse gang.
Yeah.
You got Germans.
Yep.
I think there's two brothers who might be Swedish.
Sure.
You got Americans, an African American,
Yeah.
an Asian guy. I
Yeah.
think there's an Italian guy.
You got the whole
Like,
spit.
you know,
But no women. I guess Germans don't like women.
like when he put up that ad, you know,
That Craigslist ad, yeah. Well, I guess
Craigslist ad.
Yellow Pages ad.
yeah, exactly.
Hello, I'm looking for some bad men. If
So
you
the-
think you are a bad man, please call me.
the
Let's be
ho-ho
diverse.
sweater,
Must be, yeah.
the ho-ho sweater that after McCain kills his first terrorist, he sends the body down the elevator wearing a Santa hat and a sweatshirt with the message, "Now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho." This is a nod to the film's Christmas setting. There you go. Bam.
Oh man, you're right. I was wrong.
We
Can't
got
believe
him.
it.
Yes.
Okay, kids.
Yippee-ki-yay.
When I come home, we're watching Die Hard. We're gonna drink
I'm
some
actually gonna watch-
eggnog,
I'm gonna actually watch it with my family.
put it on the fireplace, and
It's replaced Alf.
you don't
My
watch Elf?
family, we
On the-
watch.
We
the
did Home
worst-
Alone.
We do the worst Christmas movies we can
Oh
find.
God, I want to hear this.
We found this. My dad just sent it to me recently.
Willow?
No,
Christmas- a
dude,
Christmas
it's
movie?
worse.
Ah, we got it,
Dude, it. I would say could go toe to toe with Nuki.
No.
Yeah,
Christmas Nuki?
yeah. It's I want to.
holiday edition.
It's New Zealand Nuki.
Okay.
It's a little girl finds this island of monsters or some shit, and
What?
they're as bad. The costuming. They were bigger, so you could
Does your
maybe
dad
sit
not
in-
love you?
No. We did this as a family. My
Yeah, do
family doesn't love me.
Bum, bum, bum. And on that note, another after school special.
So what are the 5 movies in the chamber for you for Christmas?
Whatever the hell that shit was called.
Okay.
It's a great name for a movie.
Yeah, I mean, probably better than that. I got to think of this.
Okay.
'Cause
Well, I have my.
yeah,
Go,
I
you
don't
go.
have kids, so I don't have to.
Okay, I got the
even
5
have
in the
this.
chamber. It's
Go.
Home Alone 1 and 2, 100%.
Sure. Okay.
It's Elf,
Yep,
right?
yep.
It's Die Hard. That's just for me and the wife.
Hmm.
Right? The kids don't really care for it. And the last one is probably gonna be National Lampoon.
Mm.
That's all
National
5 in my
Lampoon's
chamber.
good.
100% need to watch during Christmas.
Okay.
And
So
I've been doing this for years.
yeah, me too. My 5 are Christmas Vacation.
Mhm.
Elf is there for sure. Home Alone. We like the Polar Express. And A Christmas Story is my favorite movie.
Which one?
Ralphie, little boy. It's like a
Oh, you shoot your eye out with
shoot
that
your
thing.
eye out,
Yeah.
What about nobody mentioned Scrooge? Have you?
I've never seen Scrooge.
The-
What?
That video that we put out, I did not
Okay,
know
there's
that.
different
Bill
versions.
Murray.
No. I didn't know the Bill Murray one. The Muppets Scrooge is
Yeah.
Christmas Carol is my favorite. I think
Okay.
of the
So
Christmas
you have
Carol.
seen Scrooge in a
No, I know
in
the
some
story.
capacity.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the I know
lore,
the
yeah,
the
yeah.
lore.
Yeah. Okay.
But no,
Well,
I
the
didn't know
original's called
the-
A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Scrooged is the Bill Murray.
Is the
And
Bill
there's-
Murray.
That's
one.
a
I
good
mean,
movie.
there was
I've
one.
never seen that one. Yeah,
So
Put that
App-
into this year.
I will.
Put
Yeah.
that in, yeah.
Apple brought out a version last year called Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's a musical.
It's a musical.
Yeah, me and my
Ryan
wife were
Reynolds.
so excited to watch that,
Yeah.
but then because she watches Bollywood, there's like millions of musicals in there, and it drives
Yeah.
me nuts. Right, every 5 minutes is a
Yeah.
musical.
Yeah.
And then when this became, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
But
Trauma already, PTSD from Bollywood stuff.
but the funny thing is, in Spirited, they start singing, and someone will go, "Are you doing this again?" Right? There's times when they're like, "Are you singing now?" Okay, fine.
Yeah.
It's got some funny moments, but yeah, it's not great overall. It's not a classic, but it's not bad.
But Elf, when it came out,
Yeah.
it surprised me
Mhm.
how good it was.
Yes.
I was like, whoa, this like
John Favreau
surged
directed
up
it.
the board.
Yeah. Yeah. John Favreau.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just surged up the board. I was like really shocked. It's
Yeah.
only what, less than 20 years old,
Yeah.
and it's already a classic.
It was like
Yeah, it's must for a lot of families.
It's just a simple, and I love the fact there's a claymation at the beginning when he's leaving the
What's
North Pole.
the little the whale says bye.
yeah.
It's
Hope
so
you find your
cute.
dad. And then it's got like, think about it. There's the actors in it, like Bob Newhart
yeah.
and Ed Asner as Santa,
Yeah.
and his real dad is James Caan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And James Caan in a comedy. The guy who's in The Godfather.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, you know.
My
Yeah.
favorite scene is when he jumps onto the tree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like boom, and just right on. I was laughing when I first saw that. I just couldn't stop laughing.
There's a
I'm like,
lot
this
of
is-
great
this is
funny
awesome.
parts. I remember showing it to my kids the first time, and they were just like, they didn't think like a Christmas movie could be like this. You know, just that kind of comedy.
Does Arnold's?
I was just gonna bring up Jingle All the Way.
Because I was waiting
Jingle
for
All
them.
the
Where's
Way.
the
Jingle All the
Arnold
Way.
right there?
Yeah,
It's top 10.
yeah. Top 10. I don't think it's up there,
I
but
might watch it this year because my kids haven't seen it.
that's the one where he's the
'Cause I
the Buzz Lightyear-ish.
Yeah,
guy
it's
or
a
whatever.
robot that
And
everyone
it's
wants.
Yeah,
it's Anakin from.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's young
It's,
Anakin.
young, it's the same actor.
He's
Who was
arrested.
in
Oh,
Phantom
wow.
Menace.
He's like arrested for meth,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
he's-
bunch of times. I think he's currently in prison right now.
Ah.
Thanks, Disney.
Yeah.
You got another one. Okay,
It's the Disney prison, though, right?
yeah. My top 5 probably. Okay, Die Hard, Muppet Christmas, or the Muppet Carol,
Yeah.
whatever. Then probably the Santa Claus with Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Santa
that's a good
Claus.
one.
And then by the time I'm through all of those, I'm too drunk to not know that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles isn't a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat have a good list of Christmas movies? Let us know. I want to hear or I want to see it too.
Yeah.
Are we missing anything? I feel like we're missing something.
Yeah.
I'm sure when we go home, we're like, oh my God.
Let me just
forgot
look
about that.
I mean, definitely Home Alone 2 is up there for me, too.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I mean,
Did
it
you
is-
have a chance to go to New York ever?
Oh, yeah, I've been a few times.
So did you do that Home Alone kind of tourish thing?
I've done this in other cities where I've walked around where famous movies
Oh,
were shot and stuff,
Krampus.
but Krampus is actually good. I actually
The
like that.
what was the one with it came out last year. It was Santa and he kills a bunch of people, and it's the guy from
David Harbour.
David
That was a good
Harbour.
one.
That one was
That was good.
surprisingly good.
Yeah, that's solid. I can't remember the name.
The funny thing is, I've never been a fan of the classics, like A Wonderful
yeah.
Life
34th Avenue
or
all that.
Miracle on
Yeah,
34th.
yeah,
I've never
yeah,
been
yeah.
a fan of those.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess they hit a certain age group harder
Yeah.
than others, right?
Yeah.
And those ones I think are just before us.
And definitely when my kids were young, we watched the claymation Rudolph the Red.
I even
Nose,
watched
Yeah.
when my kids were young. The Scrooge. There was a Disney version of that
Mhm.
with Donald Duck, or sorry, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. The Scrooge. Remember Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
So
What
that
about
was
the
a great
Jim
one.
Carrey Grinch?
Oh yeah, that one's really good too.
Yeah, I hate the Grinch, but I have to respect because he did a lot without CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alarmingly good without CGI. His
Yeah, and there's so
expressions.
many behind the scenes photos of him just in the suit, just chain smoking. And they were like, yeah, Jim Carrey was an asshole on set. It's like, do you see what he has to put on every day? Like, what was it, 6 hours in a makeup chair, put that shit on?
Have you seen the videos that are going out right now viral doing Christmas parties? Somebody dresses up a Grinch and comes and destroys the party.
No.
You guys have
Oh,
not
I've seen that. I've seen that.
They
yeah.
come and
That is
absolutely
mean.
obliterate the party.
There's kids crying.
Yeah, kids are running for their
Oh,
lives.
I'm expecting an office Christmas party, and I was like, I know what I'm doing this year. I'm dressing up like that and just going to like hotels for like corporate business parties and just busting shit up.
Have you seen Office Christmas Party?
Office Christmas party?
Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston.
No.
You should check it out. It's basically, you know how there's always like a rumor at this happens at this office party. this
Right.
It goes like beyond that.
Okay.
It's
insane.
hilarious how you mentioned that because I just watched it with the wife 2 days
I thought
ago.
it was funny.
And I watched it before,
Yeah.
but my wife never watched it, right?
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was
And
good.
the guy from Deadpool in it is in it. His buddy.
Yeah, the taxi
Oh,
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in there.
Oh, Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yes, Gremlins, great one. Yeah, great one.
I don't think of that as a Christmas movie,
What?
but I
There's a few.
can never.
He was
no,
given as a Christmas gift.
no. I know, but whenever I think of Gremlins, I for some reason just Little Shop of Horrors takes over. And when I think of, I don't know why, it's a weird overlap.
strange.
There's another movie that my wife and I watch pretty much every year, and I know it's cheesy, but we actually like Love Actually, which happens around
Oh, that
Christmas.
one's good.
All the stories in there. On this list, it's got even Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie.
That's
Trading Places,
true.
It's a Christmas movie.
Oh, my favorite. Oh, yeah, Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
kiss from
Santa
a
Claus
rose.
versus the Devil.
Night before,
19.
uh,
Wait, hold on.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's
Isn't
a
that
big-
more of a Halloween? Than
There's a movie
Christmas?
called
But-
Night.
Oh, he's a Halloween guy that doesn't like Christmas.
yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas technically is a Halloween movie. There's a movie called Santa Claus versus the
That's
Devil. Came out in 1959. It looks badass. The devil wants to prevent Santa from making the children of the world happy. So
Hmm.
Merlin, the magician, helps Santa to save the world from his evil plans.
Oh, snap. Get right on that one.
yeah. All of the pictures of the actors all look like what is it called when you get arrested and you get your picture taken and you have to-
Mugshot?
Yeah, they all look like mugshots. I think one of them actually is a mugshot, actually.
So many Christmas movies, so little time.
Wasn't there a Harold and Kumar Christmas special? We had a Star Wars one.
Yep.
We just had last year.
Did we
Guardians of
ever-
the
the
Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy one.
Guardians of the Galaxy was great.
It was actually.
That was so
Kevin Bacon.
I think I want to watch that again. this year.
accidentally heartwarming. And
Yeah.
that's the thing, like most of the Christmas movies are dumb.
Yeah.
And are just Hallmark movies with snow, with a budget for snow, which is why they're garbage. But that one was genuinely heartwarming and was just great.
But I mean, I'll be honest. Once in a while, my wife will put on the Hallmark Christmas movies.
Sure.
You know, because
You
it's
need
mindless.
to have a drinking game. You can't just drink
Yeah.
for no reason.
Exactly.
Every time you
But-
cringe, you drink.
There's so many memes and jokes about that Hallmark actually has a research team, and they're very close to getting another plot line.
Jeez.
Or somebody said, if you play the movies backwards, the plot's better because she leaves the small town, goes to the big city to become a lawyer.
Oh man.
Uh,
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
I think that's all we had.
Yeah.
So next
Uh,
week we're gonna present our
Best
Top-
of the year.
best of the year
And
yeah.
worst.
and worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
I wonder what it is.
best movies, worst movies, best TV shows, and worst TV shows.
And we're also going to go through, I've made a list of all the 80 movies that we've talked about.
wow,
And we're going to
that's dedication.
put it up and we'll talk about what was the best. And we already know what the worst was. But yeah, we'll do that as well. Sort of our year
I just
end.
clogged
show.
up that toilet.
Yeah.
We need that sound.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. If you're be so kind, hit the like button.
Do the YouTube buttons.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Also, hit the notification bell because you want to be notified when we're dropping our videos and not be surprised and then running around to get your snacks to get into the show and watch it. So, thank you. If you're going to be starting your holidays, shopping and stuff like that, get all that done. And we will see you guys next week with our year-end countdown. All right. Say bye,
Oh,
everybody.
I've got to do a bunch of funny sounds.
You do. Bye, everybody.